Firewatch, is it worth your money and time? Let's take a look. What is Firewatch? It's a single-player first-person mystery set in the Wyoming wilderness where your only emotional lifeline is the person on the other end of the handheld radio. But really, all it is a walking simulator with a sentimental story that kind of falls flat. They really try to grab you with a story in this game from the very start, with a story about a guy and a girl meeting for the first time, and with very fluffy storytelling that build up their relationship. Eventually something happens. I won't spoil it for you guys, but he must go away for the summer, so he takes a firewatcher job. Now, you're basically a park ranger for the summer, looking out for fires, picking up garbage that's scattered around the park, and slowly building up a relationship with another park ranger. You have your own lookout tower, and she has hers miles away from you. Throughout the game, you get to know each other and form a friendship. As you form this bond, a story starts to slowly unfold itself with a slight mystery. At times, it did get a bit creepy, but like a night out with a girl, a few drinks, the climax falls short. The story was just disappointing. It really didn't do anything for me. I could see what they were trying to do, trying to play with the characters' emotions and building this relationship between the two. But once it started to skip days and months into the future, the interest was lost once I found out you could beat the game in like 2.5 hours. I know they needed to pass the time, but I felt they could have done so much more with the story. Let's talk about the gameplay. There really isn't anything groundbreaking or original to the game. Like I said, it's a walking simulator wearing a game as a mask. You walk from one place to another, following your boss's instructions, checking out a lake or a cave, but that's it. It's a nice enough looking game for a Unity game, with a simple art style. I feel that they might have been going for what was maybe an immersive experience, getting lost in the wilderness, but there's a problem with that. The map is really small, and there are no animals. I mean, the game takes place in a freaking forest, and not one animal in the whole game. I mean, maybe I saw a butterfly, maybe a bird. Maybe that was just a blade of grass floating in the wind. I'm not too sure. There are lock boxes around the area that have notes that help the story along, and the nicest looking pine cones I've seen in a game. But all the locks have the same code, 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, you might as well not have even added the locks to the boxes. Maybe what they could have done was maybe make the locks kind of like a puzzle or something. I don't know. It got really boring after a while, walking back and forth, climbing up and down. It was just very slow and nothing to it. Oh, I mean, there was that one time I chopped down a tree. Woo. I will say this. The one really good thing about the game is the voice acting. The conversations between the main character and the girl on the other end felt genuine and real. It sounded like they had a lot of fun recording. This is what kept me playing. The chemistry between the two was great, and there were times I was laughing and enjoying what they were saying. Now, I'm sure you want to know, Firewatch, buy, wait for a sale, or blacklist it. Seeing it right now for $21.99 on Steam, Firewatch is not worth that for a 2.5 hour game. Honestly, you're better off waiting for the game to drop down to like $10, maybe even lower. So my advice would be wait for a sale. This has got to be one of the most disappointing games I've played. This has been on my watch list for, I don't know, I want to say a year, maybe? So much hype built up and it fell flat. It's a walking simulator with a mess story and mystery. No replayability. Was the game hyped up too much? It could have been. I mean, we see games like this all the time. You get so excited for the game because you've been hearing nothing but good news. The trailers look good, but what you expected and were led to believe about the game isn't necessarily true. It doesn't live up to your expectations. It's not the first or last game that will do this. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, let me know. If you've played Firewatch and have a different opinion, I would love to hear it. As always, I'll see you guys in the next review.